Welcome, everybody. Sorry, we're a minute late here. We were all chatting, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's live time. We have to go live. We have a wonderful guest today that's always so easy to chat with, so it's no wonder we were doing that. We'll talk about her in just a minute, but welcome to everybody who is watching live today. Thank you for joining us. I apologize if I do any coughing or need any water. It's all going around here. It finally came to our house from school, and so we all have this like cold-ish thing going on. But anyway, before we jump in for today and we get started, there's a couple things I just want to remind you of. As we've been talking about for the past couple weeks, we have the 2023 calendar that is for sale on the website. So you want to go and grab that. It is a beautiful calendar with yarn spills. It's got all of your holidays in here. It's got the hole so you could hang it or clip it however you want to work it. But these are really, really great for planning and just having a beautiful photo of yarn every month. Hi, Maria. Great to see you here. You caught us live. Yay. We're always excited when you guys get to catch us live, but the replay is always fun too. We love seeing your comments in both places. So don't forget to keep commenting. If you have any questions along the way, go ahead, put them in the chat. We will make sure to get it. We're going to throw your links in there. We'll put them in the descriptions afterwards, so you can go ahead and follow along. If you're still shopping for last minute gifts, I do want to call out that our shipping deadlines are coming up very soon. We've already passed 2 of them for the economy shipping and the standard shipping. So at this point, it is kind of like the expedited-ish range that you're falling into. But that's okay. If you're still looking for some gifts, we have our We Collaborate with Denim and Rain, which are these great postcards that you could either write on the back and send to somebody, or you can throw them in a picture frame and stick them on your shelf. It's also a really great idea for gifting as well. If you know somebody who just likes sheep, or maybe you want somebody to get you something that's not yarn. I know, why would we say that? But we did just have the big sale, so you might be stocked up for a while. So maybe you want something else, but you can go over there to the We Collaborate page that Jen just posted so that you can check it out. I should also note, if you haven't noticed, over on the website in the top navigation, we now have an option called Together We. And under there, you'll be able to see our We Collaborate page. You'll see our We Chat page, which is going to show you all of these videos that are going on. We have a We Learn, which is our learning center that you guys have been using forever. And we have a We Crochet Along page, which is going to get updated starting in the new year with all kinds of crochet alongs going on throughout the year that you can participate in. We're going to have coupon codes for some of them. We'll have kits for some of them. It just kind of depends on what's going on, but we're really going to try and bring you all the information that you need. So let's just see. So we also have Teresa here. Hello, hello. And Cindy is watching live. And Cheryl from Buffalo, New York. We have Carolyn, who says, so glad to be able to catch this live. I really love Sara Dudek's designs. Well, now we all know who our guest is. No, I'm just kidding. It was in the caption anyway. Yes, Sara Dudek is our wonderful guest. I'm going to bring her in here. Hi, Leanne. Great to see you as well. So let me bring Sara in. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Katelyn. It's good to see you.
It is great to see you. For those of you who don't know, Sara was one of the co-founders, I guess you could say, who helped start the brand of WeCrochet. She was here from the beginning. She was our brand director for a while, and she's just a phenomenal designer. So when the season changed and she left WeCrochet, I was like, please don't stop designing. Like, come back here. We still want you. We still need you. And she came. And so this is her featured month with our We Collaborate Designer Spotlight. And it's all about Sara this month and chatting about Sara and what she's got going on and the beautiful patterns. She's wearing some right now that we're going to talk about. She did our solstice collection. Oh, I should have grabbed that book. I'll grab it in a second. She did our solstice collection over the summer. We've got another collection that's going to be featuring her, actually 2, 3, 4 collections next year featuring Sara. I don't know. There's a lot. We keep bringing her back. We can't get enough. So it is so, so great to see you here today.
Oh, it's so good to see you too. I miss working with you and getting to chat with you every day. So these are special get-togethers.
We did have a lot of fun. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the sweaters that you're wearing? These are brand new patterns that are available. We're going to put a link into all of Sarah's patterns so that you can go and browse what she has. And I'm just going to throw it in there before she talks about it so we don't forget. They're done in Wonder Fluff, which is on sale this month, 20% off. Go get it. Get your pattern. Okay, tell us all about the sweaters.
Oh gosh, where to start? So I've got two of them on at the moment. So this is the Wonder Fluff Raglan, and then this is the Wonder Fluff Triangle Cardigan. I'll flip around to the back. It's got some triangle patterns in the back. Let's see where to start. So first I have to call out and especially thank Cynthia from High Contrast Knits. So you can follow her on Instagram, High Contrast Knits. She did a rush job tech editing these for me, saved the day, totally came through. She's a fantastic knitting tester, crochet tester, technical editor. So you all should go check her out. But the patterns, so the first, this raglan pattern kind of uses a unique stitch. So it uses the extended single crochet stitch for the body. And then for the neck and the cuffs and the ribbing on the bottom, it's got kind of this weird stitch, which I don't know if many people have used or if it's just something random, but it's like a front post double extended single crochet. So it's kind of the same vibe as a front post double crochet, but it uses the extended single crochet with an extra chain at the beginning, just so it pops out a little bit more. So that's this one, the Wonder Fluff Raglan. I wear it all the time. And then this one kind of layers perfectly just right over it. So you've got the cuffs and the neck popping out just a little bit. This one is just a simple double crochet stitch. Both are worked from the top down. This one in the round, this one back and forth in rows. It has this pattern in the back, which is just extending triangles. And the way I did that is kind of like an intarsia tapestry mix. So you carry the yarn through the back pattern, but you don't carry it all the way through the row. Yeah, that's it. They layer. They're really comfy. Wonder Fluff is my favorite yarn. It's mostly baby alpaca, so it's super soft.
It is really great. And if you don't know, it has like a tubing and the fiber is blown into it. So it's very lightweight. It keeps you very warm. It's a great yarn for making garments, especially for the cold winter months. So we love it so, so much. While Sarah was talking, I did grab the Solstice book so we could share that with you. This is the beautiful, beautiful book we were able to make with Sarah. I guess it came out over the summer, or no, back in spring, maybe. I forget. It's been, I don't know. It was a journey to get it and get it out there, but it is phenomenal. Like, I cannot say enough about these projects in here and what you're going to be able to find. There's 8 different patterns in this book, all done with Curio 3 and Curio 10. What more is there to say? I don't know. Other than please come back and do it again because we loved it. And we have stuff coming up, so don't worry. So do you want to talk to us a little bit too? We just put out a kit with Sarah's one of her new patterns, the Weekender bag. If we want to talk about that a little bit, we finally got bag handles on the site. So we wanted to make sure that you guys knew about it and you could go ahead and grab the really great bag that Sarah did. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that project as well?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I wish I'd brought my versions of it. But yeah, the Weekender bag, it's a tapestry crochet bag. So you just make kind of a rectangular and then you work it around and around in this really fun kind of tapestry crochet pattern. It's a pretty simple pattern to follow. I actually created this pattern a long, long time ago, like probably 10 or more years ago. And stopped selling patterns for a while just with how busy I was with my day job with crochet. But it was one of the first ones I wanted to bring back. So I went through, made some edits. I remade it in Wool of the Andes, which is awesome. Also, if you want it to have a little bit more structure, I really like it with the drape that comes with that 100% wool, but it'd also be great in Brava if you want to do oh yeah, there it is. If you want to do a project in Brava, this is perfect. The Brava, the 100% acrylic would give it a little bit more structure than what you see here in these bags. But I just kind of liked the color options for Wool of the Andes a little bit better, but Brava has great color options too. So it's really up to you.
Yeah, we love this bag so much. So that you can see here, there are the different options where Sara went with like the long crossbody version. Now we don't have crossbody version handles. So our kits on the site are just, like the shorter bag handles like you're seeing here, but it's still great. So you could get the pattern, you could get the yarn if you want to do a crossbody and do that yourself, or you can grab one of the kits as well. I just think they're so great. And I do think, yes, you can use Brava, but the Wool of the Andes definitely gives it a lot of structure to it, which makes it really great for carrying things that you're going to put in it. I also love that because of the stitching that you used, it is a tighter stitch. So you can make it a project bag. You could throw in whatever you're working on and you don't have to worry about a crochet hook falling out or any of your yarn, because sometimes when you do like a motif bag or a granny square type bag, things can fall out if you're not lining it. And that bag is not lined, correct?
It's not. I mean, I guess there is a chance your crochet hook might still poke through there, but it probably won't fall out. I will say,
Right.
though, it is a really easy bag to line. I've lined past iterations of it, but because it's basically just like one big rectangle, even if you're not a very experienced sewer and you want to add a lining, it's super easy to do. I should add also that it has a zipper closure across the top. So I guess if you're doing like a tote bag version, you don't need to add that. But if you do want to add a zipper, I think there are tutorials on how to do that on the We Learn section of the WeCrochet, crochet.com website. So
I'm pretty sure you probably did them, right?
I think so. way back. Yeah.
There's lots of great tutorials that Sara helped launch with the site. So we're appreciative of all of those. Excuse me. Yeah. So I do want to say that Sara has been working with us, of course, from the beginning of the brand. She's been designing a long time and beautiful patterns. And one of those beautiful patterns was done for our High Desert collection. So when High Desert launched, if you don't remember, it's the 100% American wool grown and raised in the Pacific Northwest. It is milled and dyed on the East Coast. And then it goes directly to our warehouse in Ohio to be sent out to all of you wonderful customers. So it's always in the United States. It's an amazing, amazing thing that we were able to do. And as part of the launch of that collection, Sara made us a pullover pattern. But not just any pullover pattern. Sara made us a pullover pattern with 3 different options to do it. May have fallen in love with the Hinton sweater because we all surely did. But we recently brought in the upcycle alpaca blend that we have on our site now at $4.99, which will go back up to regular price of $9.99 in January. And Jen, which we're going to bring on here in just a second, had the Hinton sweater remade in the upcycle alpaca. So what does this mean? It means that a large size pullover is $40 in yarn.
Amazing.
Like, what? That doesn't even, like, I can't even fathom, So you're going to want to grab the pattern and grab the yarn now. I'm going to bring Jen in here and we're going to bring her up so that she's the big screen here. And so here you can see the Hinton sweater. Isn't it just beautiful? Sara, do you want to talk to us a little bit about the design at all? What inspired you, kind of the differences between each of the 3 versions, and any other insight they might need to know before making this pattern?
Sure. Yeah. So I got really into a color work kick after making the Pulmu pullover with Brenda KB Anderson. So that was a pattern that she released with one of our early issues of the WeCrochet magazine. And I just kind of went got really into extended single crochet stitches and how they can be used in all these different ways after that. So this pattern, it's a raglan pattern, so increases at the corners, the 4 corners. It's worked from the top down in one piece. You separate for the body and sleeves, then work the body and then the sleeves. The simplest version is definitely the one that Jen's showing you now. It's the striped version. So if you've never done tapestry crochet or colorwork crochet before, this is definitely the one to try. It's pretty simple when it comes to striping. You just, change yarn the appropriate rows, change colors at the appropriate rows. The other two are worked the exact same way, same number of stitches, top down, same construction method, but you kind of incorporate that tapestry crochet technique. So that's where you're carrying the yarn through the row and stitching over the yarn that you're not using. So this one is great if you're maybe just wanting to get just a taste of tapestry crochet work, because it's just for those rows, those rounds in the middle of the body and the middle of the sleeve. And then if you really, really love color work, which I do, there's that last one. Thanks, Jen. That one's my favorite. And it's pretty much tapestry crochet the whole way around. I will say this one's a little bit more complex because you have to kind of think through how the colorwork pattern increases at the same time you're doing the sleeve and body increases in those raglan corners. So it can be a little bit of a mind trick at the beginning to get the colorwork and the increasing for the raglan happening at the same time. But if you're up for a challenge, it's my favorite one by far, and I definitely would recommend giving it a try.
That's also Jen's favorite, and she has claimed that sweater. That is the one that she loves the most. I mean, I think they're all beautiful. I think I gravitate more towards the one in the middle with 2 color tone there. There is a question from Teresa saying, could it be done in a solid color? 100%. You can follow along the basic stripe pattern that's in there for just reading ease, but instead of changing the colors, you're just working through one color the entire way, and it would still look really beautiful.
Totally. And it uses, so the same stitch that I was showing off with the Wonder Fluff raglan that I'm wearing, it uses that same stitch. So it has just a really nice drape to it. And actually that's a fantastic idea. I tend to wear simpler things in my day-to-day, so I might have to make myself one, especially while the yarn's on sale.
I like it too that you could do it where maybe you just do stripes, like 3 stripes on the arm, like just after the cuff or something, or maybe, just a couple stripes up in the raglan section. You could really mix and match whatever you're doing with it to make it your own and add as much color as you want.
Yeah, you could even do like a fun color blocking one. So, it's like maybe 2/3 of it in one color and the last third in a different. There's just the fun thing about this pattern is you really follow the stitches and then you decide however you want it to look. So
yeah. We have Carolyn said, oh my goodness, I love all 3. We do too. How do you pick? Just get the yarn, make them all. And 2, like if you make them in the same colors, like the same 2 colors, you can kind of condense how much you have to get, or mix it up, make a whole bunch of colors. That's always fun too.
Totally.
Maria says, wow, those sweaters are so lovely looking. It's awesome to see crochet really shine as garments. Yes. Teresa said she's new to making garments. So yeah, Teresa, if you get the pattern, go ahead and follow the striped version. So you'll see different versions in the pattern. Follow the striped version, but when it says to like switch to color 1, don't switch, just keep going. Follow the same directions, just ignore the switching between the 2 different colors. Let's see. Gorgeous. I was looking for a nice sweater. That's from Sandra. So yes, they are really, really beautiful. And Carolyn says, oops, wrong one. Teresa says she's excited now. Thank you for the suggestions. And Carolyn said, I'm sure this is going to be my next project. I hope it is. And I hope you go grab your upcycle alpaca to go ahead and make this one.
So Katelyn, actually, to pause for a moment, can you talk a little bit more about the upcycle alpaca yarn? Because the original ones that we made in High Desert, the thing that I really, really loved about it, even though High Desert has that higher price point, it's the fact that it's made locally, that it's sustainable, that it supports, local, a local ranch, just, up a ways in Oregon. That was kind of the coolest part about that yarn and making these sweaters to go with that yarn. But it sounds like Upcycle Alpaca has a pretty cool story behind it too. So maybe you could share that.
Yeah, so that's right. So the yarn that it was originally made in was the High Desert. And like we said, like farm to table, basically, all in the United States for us to be able to use. The Upcycle Alpaca blend also has a really great story. And so what this one is this is 33% alpaca, 34% wool, and 33% acrylic. And how they make this yarn is, while they're making all of our other yarns at the mills, there's leftovers. Like you're not going to be able to use a full batch of things, just like when you bake cookies. And then you've got like the little bit left and you're trying to make like a funny shape out of it with cutout cookies or things like that. They're taking the leftovers, reblending them together and creating this upcycle yarn. So really it's recycled, it's upcycled, recycled, however you want to call it, of pulling out the extra fibers that were left over and respinning them. So both are really great stories and really great fibers to use for these projects and for all of your other projects too. This is also a really soft version. Sometimes you think like wool is going to be a little acrylic, but with the alpaca, or not acrylic, did I just say that right? With the wool, it's going to be scratchy, but with the alpaca and the acrylic in here, it really does make it a nice blend for against your skin. They are both the Upcycle Alpaca and the High Desert are a hand wash yarn. So if you're looking for something that's machine washable, you are going to have to go more to an acrylic or a superwash. But in my opinion, it's worth the hand washing because really all you're doing is soaking it in water with a little of the like soak wash that we have or fiber wash. Squeeze all the water out, let it dry. It's not that much work to do, and you're going to get gorgeous results and wonderful, wonderful fibers to have against your skin. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just add, I think it sounds like there are a number of new to garment makers tuning in today. And I mostly have been making sweaters lately. And a lot of my motivation behind doing that has been kind of appreciating slow fashion and sustainable fashion and really getting into appreciating the time it takes to make a sweater and the complexities that it involves. And so then I just have a greater appreciation when I maybe go out to buy a piece of clothing, which I love clothes, but it kind of helps me have that better appreciation for items that are produced responsibly. So if you're going to all that work to make a sweater and then you're also getting a yarn that's produced in a really cool way, that's sustainable, responsibly produced, it's just all that much cooler. So
yeah, we 100% agree. I know there was the trends that we talked or, that have been in the industry with the fast fashion and always updating things. But there really is something about making a piece and whether or not it lasts to the next generation or it just lasts you 20 years that you can enjoy it. But it's like that every stitch that you've put into the garment, you know what it took to get there. And it's just a really great process to be able to go through with our hands.
Yeah. Plus, then you get to wear it out places and tell people that you made it, which is just
I hate this. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is.
I do also want to say, Jen, I think I forgot to give you this link, but over on the blog, we'll throw it in there. There is a small article about Sara and her brand and her designing. And there's also a giveaway going on right now that you can go ahead and enter to win a $50 gift card from WeCrochet/crochet.com to go ahead and buy yarn. The only thing is Sara's giveaway runs until the end of December, so you won't get it until January. So if you want the upcycle, go get it now because it's on sale now. Or you can wait, but it's going to be the $9.99 price starting in January. So if you go over to the blog post, you'll see it at the bottom. You click the link, fill out your information, and you'll be entered to win the giveaway for the $50 gift card. So yay!
Yay!
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us and sharing your beautiful designs with us and everything else that you're doing. It's so fun. And thank you for being our featured designer this month and letting us share some love and how much love we have for all of your designs. So do you have anything else coming up new that you want to talk about? I know you've got some collections coming up with us. I think the next one isn't until April, so you're going to have to wait a little bit to see Sara come back into our sites again. But don't worry, she's coming. She's making for us.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple different sweater patterns in the works. So I think some of them are going through different phases of testing with WeCrochet at the moment. And then so through the pandemic, I got really into making lace projects with Curio. And so that was kind of how we started talking about doing the solstice collection. But I kind of got on this kick of making all these lace projects after I crocheted my wedding dress many years ago. So I've been using the same stitch motif to make every different kind of top that you can imagine. So I've started, admittedly, so I'm a little behind. That we had one project. Let me see, I've got it here. It's this project. This uses Curio size 10. It's a little wrinkled, but it's got this kind of intricate, where's my camera? Intricate lace stitch.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tops. It's pretty simple to make. It's got this low back in the back. And it's not really the season for a top like this, but if you're wearing like a cropped sweater or something like that, this is fun because you can wear it underneath and then the lace kind of peeks out on the bottom, which can be fun. But anyway, I had a few testers make it up, and we've just kind of hit a stall moment as life got busy before we released it. But it's on the way, so that'll be out soon. And
we are so excited.
All the testers that gave it a shot. The Curio is time intensive, but totally worth it in the end. So
totally worth it.
Yeah.
Teresa put a question, is where's the link for the sweater? Teresa, if you go back up, you're looking for the link that says Hinton Pullover. That's the one for the sweater that we were just showing in the 3 versions. The other 2 you can find if you click on the one that says about Sara Dudek. That'll show you all of her patterns that are there. The Hinton sweater will also show up there, but you can see everything that she has designed for us in there, including the Solstice collection. So you can get this as a print book or as a PDF ebook. And then you can also get each of the patterns individually if you like, if you don't want to get the full book, but totally worth it. I want to make every single pattern in here. I started on the Sunbeam Tee. This is the one.
Yeah.
And I'm only like just into the yoke here. And then I kind of put it down, but now it's getting close to the time where I have to pick it back up so I can finish it in time for spring. I had to put it down for holiday makes, but
totally.
I love it. I love it so much.
I do think that is the key with Curio, because it is such a time-intensive project that, start on it, put it down for a while, make something in a bulky yarn so you can have that finishing the project and then go back to it. But you'll feel really good when you get it done.
Yeah, I know. Especially in here, I want to just point out the dress and the duster.
Oh,
they're very time intensive and it's a lot of stitches, but oh my gosh, how can you not say that that is so worth it? Like, that's beautiful. I was actually thinking about making, like, cutting this off, like right at your hips type of thing, and just making it like a top, because I was like, well, at least it would take away some of the extra, but I don't know. I might make the dress anyway. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I like a cute little empire waist, flowy top. Totally. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. So there's always so many different opportunities that you can take what you love and turn it into something. So thank you again so much, Sara, for joining us. It's always fun to have you here. We will have you back, I'm sure, with all of the other designs that are coming out. We just love them so much. And Sara is also working on some other patterns that'll be coming out in the upcoming months, not part of collections, but will kind of get sprinkled in. So make sure you keep checking back on that spotlight page so you can see any of the new projects that she has going on. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see everybody next week. We'll be back to Wednesday next week. We just had to change things up a little bit, but we'll be back on Wednesday next week, and we will see you then. Bye, everybody.